Happy Sunday, everyone. My name is Fru Nde Nkimben. I am the host and coordinator of African Hour. African Hour has been on the air since 2000, and we bring guests to share their knowledge, inform, and educate our audience. A disclaimer: African Hour does not control the views of our guests. So the views and ideas expressed on African Hour are those of our guests, and African Hour has no control over. Today's guest is very unique because for once, we have a guest all the way from Cameroon, and all my guests are from the mother continent. From Cameroon, we have Reverend Gustave Tabi Ebai, and also we have from the tip of the continent down south, we have Professor Gabila Newborn, who was the facilitator of the summit that was held in South Africa exactly 1 month ago. This would be a post-conference review to explain to our audience why was the conference and what happened at the conference, what did we achieve at the conference, and to look for a way forward as to how we can permanently bring a peaceful solution to the crisis that is rocking our country. So I will open it now for each of you to introduce yourself and say a little bit to my audience so that they know a little bit about yourself and where you are coming from.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on your program from Cameroon. I hope my network will be stable throughout this hour. But we have to trust that our connection doesn't break sometime. So I hope it will. I am Reverend Gustave Tabiebai. I am a pastor and I am a consultant, a training consultant in the areas of religion and governance, religion and conflict transformation, religions and human rights, and dealing with trauma and dealing with the past. These are the areas in which I focus in peace mediation, in helping build out the role that religion can help in resolving conflict in our context, and the role that religion can help to help our people recover from the pains and the scars of whatever conflict we are having. So since 2011, I've been working in the area of peace work and peace building in Cameroon. And by the grace of God, I've been able to acquire the experience from different continents and shared experience, and came back to work with our own country and our Council of Protestant churches. And now I do trainings with civil society organizations and help facilitate strategies and entry point development on how to navigate the stalemate, the violent stalemate in the conflict that has affected our people. Because let us not fool ourselves, it has been a stalemate for a while now, where things are just standing and people are suffering, and once in a while there is sporadic violence, like in the last week, the last couple of weeks. And then there is more violence, again, counter violence, and then our people suffer for a while. So my passion is that it's working with religious structures, working with civil society structures to be able to advocate with government and all stakeholders and parties in a way of giving our people peace, justice, and development. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is an honor to have you from the ground. You are the eyes and ears, and you are the one who can really give us a good picture, and we'll look forward to your contribution. Professor Newborn, thank you for, I know how difficult and it could be to arrange a summit like the one that we just had. And first of all, I would like to thank the South African delegation, and I would pass it over to you so that you can tell our viewers a little bit about South Africa, and also let us know why you chose to organize this summit. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Papa Kimeng, for the opportunity to be on your platform. Good evening to you, to your audience. Good evening to Reverend Ebai, whom I had the pleasure of meeting in Johannesburg as one of the people who came from Cameroon, and we're part of that delegation that came from home. I'm Gabila Nubong. I'm a political economist by training, and I happen to be also lecturing at the university. And within the context of our ongoing conflict, I would just say concerned citizen. I have been involved in several different initiatives in the past, trying to see how to find solutions, lasting solutions, permanent solution to our plight and the challenge that we're facing as a people. And I was particularly privileged in this instance to have been part of a team of people who have conceived or was pulled in to help with the implementation of this idea of a summit in South Africa. And South Africa could not have been there could not have been a better, more suitable destination than South Africa for such an event as a country, given its own history, its own past, with its an experience with dealing with situations of conflict between and among citizens, and navigating the difficulties of finding workable solutions that leads towards the establishment of a constitutional democracy that creates a free, inclusive society where the interests and the desires of each component of the society seeks to be accommodated. So they do have the practical experience of moving from conflict to the construction of a post-conflict democratic society. It has its issues. It's not a perfect society by any stretch of the imagination, but it is nothing short of a miracle to see that they could come from a place where, as citizens, they were at loggerheads with each other, disagreeing on fundamental issues about their very being and identity as a people, to being able to forge a pact that seeks to accommodate the concerns of every segment of their society and putting together what they now call a rainbow nation. That is it's having its place with the rest of the world. So the experience served as an inspiration to us. Our years of activism here have afforded us the opportunity to meet with some of them and get to talk with some of their activists, and some of whom were key experts that participated in the workshop to share the experience with us. So we're very blessed, privileged to have them. A number of them agreed to take off their Easter weekend to come and tell us this is how we did it. These were some of the challenges that we faced, but this is how we found each other, and we are hoping that that would serve as an inspiration to each and every one of our people, wherever they're sitting around, to say that the togetherness that it requires to find a common lasting solution requires everybody to sort of come and put their plow to the farm and put their hand to the table, and which for me, this particular leadership summit was special in terms of the fact that it was, for a very long time, one of the first initiatives that acknowledged the diversity of our views as a people, and the fact that did not only acknowledge the diversity of our views, but took it a step further to acknowledge the fact that in that diversity, we are all stakeholders. So there's no one who has a golden idea that feels that his perspective is superior, which I think was the uniqueness of this specific initiative that sought to acknowledge the fact that there are some people who feel very strongly about the notion that we need to be, the only way forward for us to find a long-lasting solution is through total and complete independence. And it was refreshing to be able to sit around the table with people who held contrary views and express ourselves, hang on to our positions, try to persuade each other around common areas that we could find as working, and try over 2-3 days of interaction to forge a common vision for a road map ahead. taking cognizance of the differences that we do acknowledge. I think it was a great step in the right direction, just to be able to acknowledge that this is who we are. We acknowledge that we don't have the same points of view on a whole range of issues, but we do take cognizance of the fact that we have a common destiny. It's a common people, common nation, and we then have the responsibility to be able to start thinking about creative ways of managing the diversity that we represent. First of all, as a people, from the southern Cameroons, and then secondly, as we conceive ways of charting our engagement with the rest of our brothers from across the Mongo, to be able to lay out, hopefully, drawing lessons from the South African experience, the construction of our own rainbow nation, that is multicolor, multidimensional, but inclusive, that takes into account the desires and the aspirations of each and every one of us in our diversity. And so that weekend, that's what it was for us. It was particularly refreshing having our brothers from the ground, like Reverend Ebai, because they gave those of us who have been out for a very long time fresh perspective on the ground about the reality of the common man on a daily basis. And it was very humbling for a number of us just to sit down and hear from them, not from a third party, but directly to share with us, these are our experiences, these are the realities. And I felt that it went a long way to shape our perspective as to how we started conceptualizing some of the solutions that we're putting forward as a way forward. So it was a great initiative. I think it was the first of its kind, and I think that it holds a lot of promise for permanent, long-lasting solutions to the problem moving forward.
Well, thank you very much. But I think our ancestors have just asked me that we are talking to our people. And this grammar, forget say me are there for Boston, say we talk now for with brothers, with papa, with sister, with mommy them, we're there for village. Now
Yes.
them where they want for hear this message. This grammar, may we talk so I be like say we talk now for white man, and really when I look at Reverend Ebai and say, I mean, you take the time from you represent we on the ground. I wonder how people they would look you where you talk for them so that may they hear, but we talk this grammar. So again, I beg for forgiveness. Said we start, but we don't show that say we know that white man language. But now, if we then talk to with people, Reverend, I really thank you very much, Professor. Nobody already talk. Say for see you, for see Reverend Dr. Ononchong B1 and other Reverend and Sally and Ferdinand from the ground. That gives us a lot, because one thing with me, I don't look for this struggle. I say they know the fight war 1,000 miles away. The people where they fight war are the one there where they get boots on the ground. We where we did thousands of miles away, would look and like say would watch movie, go on no be movie. For listen to you, you carry that emotion, the experience, the blood where you don't see them. And as a pastor, the people the way you don't bury them, it brings that emotion to us, to the room, and we face reality, looking at all of you where we come for ground. So, Reverend, but you, after going all through all that, now what you make, you decide for leave Cameroon, come for South Africa.
Yes, powerful. The reason why we, like most of us who come out Cameroon, be there now in the coinage of the program. They be call them a leadership summit. They not call them liberation or determination or anything. They call them leadership. And we will be saying, I'm saying, this South Africa meeting, we don't go plenty kind meeting for this crisis internationally and locally. But one of the things where these meetings change, just like Professor Gabila talk, the thing where it change for this meeting be then at the fact say, instead of over focusing on the various opinions or stands where we hold on, Because these meetings, they used to be say the issue for whether independence or not be independence go be debated for 2-3 days, then people will go fall out, then everybody will go back. But for this South African meeting, we decide to take a look at as who be the main person for this problem. That is the people. And that insistence from day one and day two for consider the reality of the people and for consider how we don't lose the people on the way. And the people, they don't know again whether this thing about them or about personal egos and personal position. And how the people, they suffer in the hands of their own brothers, their own sons, their own daughters, their own uncles and fathers. And how begin they don't die. People, they don't see these farmers, they don't lose their hand them and workers. And so at the moment when this meeting for South Africa decide to look squarely on the people, on how if we want to create that our own future country, just like Gabila talk, we talk say we not fit do am when the people they not believe in the struggle, they not believe in the future. So the reason why we go because we the dream for the leadership, and we thank God say we see the signs of this leadership for that meeting. We see how people, the way they independentists and federalists, they decide for humble, for look at the reality of the suffering of the people. And even anybody who don't see that resolution will come out from there, it will be, I think many people they surprised for see words like stopping blackmail, extortion, threats, kidnappings, all the clear indications say this summit stand against all the violence upon the people in the name of the people, because in the name of the people who will suffer the people. So it doesn't make sense. So this will become with hope, and we leave South Africa with complete joy, because for once the meeting not divide because the independentists and the federalists do not agree. For once the meeting not divide because the civil society be tired of people the way they call themselves independentists. For once the meeting go to the end because everybody agrees, say you feel hold your position, hold your opinion, hold your belief very firm. We all agree, say going forward, we're going to consider how our words, our actions, they reflect on our people. And I think say gradually it already the show for things like the cancellation of the last lockdown, and then this one with the just 1.5 day lockdown, just for reduce people they are suffering and other things. And this continue, then I think say together if we come up with strategies on how we will relate to the government, strategies on how we will relate to the all Cameroon, to the other parts of Cameroon, strategies on how we will relate specifically to our two regions, strategies on how we as a people feel work for make our people may they come together and our people they stand strong and tall. So yes, we go South Africa because we see the name for the conference or the summit, we did Southern Cameroon Leadership Summit. That name alone we give we hope, and we did so happy, say we not lose hope. So we'll come back with a very positive vibe. And that's why we will come back. We cannot wait for say there's a next level, so that plans and strategies they begin to be put in action for really try to convince local authorities, government, international authorities, international government, diplomatic organizations, international organizations, say it is so there is Southern Cameroon still be a place where the feel help out for mediate a good resolution for create that our own version of the rainbow country.
Well, thank you very much, Pastor Ebai, for that. But I want to ask you one question. You know, say we'll be there for South Africa, so one thing for we with the fear, we not really know how we'll go back for we country things that they. I just want to throw this out for you. After the conference, what be your intake and what have you heard, and then how you feel?
Well, the truth is, for come back, we be get a little bit of worry. See, if we come back, we know say our government representation for South Africa be there aware of the meeting, and so we know very well say our government to be get an idea through the normal channels of communication. So we'll not be know how we will be received, whether there's anything or anything. But we come in, we don't get even one problem. And some people, they immediately even visit with some diplomatic communities. And then diplomatic communities and some people, they start talking, so, well, so far, the conference not show any change. The independentists, they still they had, they're not sure, they not believe. So we convinced, okay, when I look at the resolutions not only be about the positions, it be also about a new shift towards the diplomacy and mediation. So I said, well, we will wait, see. And then, stay, once we reach, we see another declaration where the other groups, they be whole and whether for Accra and for South Part of Africa, where they put their own declaration out. So nobody know whether a fake declaration, whether a right declaration. And then somebody come up with a certain article about Sisiko on one media talking, say, even stones go fired. At the time when we would try for tone down the violence communication. And so, but we continue for engage now with people, local governments and other people, for talk to them about this unique opportunity for this meeting. And the idea say Southern Cameroonians or all Cameroonians in particular, say they no go ever agree on a form of government or form of state. But everybody get a right to hold to your own opinion. But if you hold on to your own opinion, you're not going to demonize somebody or ask me to kill somebody because you hold a contrary opinion. And you're not going to attack your own people because you think say they are people that they're supposed to follow you blindly. So we dey happy say we come now from South Africa, because just like we learned from South Africa, from the sharing of the South Africans, when Mandela came out of prison in 1990, the period between 1990 and 94, he no be the most popular for ANC, because no be all man we believe in the fact that if you negotiate peace, he be the people they do where they want me to continue now fighting. Other groups they be doing the want me to just fight. So, but we too, the look now like say we did in that period where we, like Mandela, gave us said the idea for diplomacy to our own people by being steadfast and continuing. So yes, since we'll come back, we did happily surprised say this. So it did like everything, like for we the Bible say everything has a time, everything in the season, everything has a season. So it looks like there's a season where people are open to looking at non-violent solutions. People are open to discuss solutions as long as they are non-violent. And just like how we see Donald Trump the talk around the world right now for all the warring countries, I mean, they stop. It is a time in the world where people are saying must not resolve differences by violence. So you know mean say we not recognize people the way they hold their opinion or put their own stuff. Me, I used to tell people, say, me, myself in particular, I lost 4 cousins in this struggle. 2 were military, 2 were non-military. So although they died at different places, they always talk about, say, they like say my family killed my family. So because you not fit imagine saying the same struggle when of your own people, your own brothers, they die for the same 2 brothers where they come from one family, they bury them for the same family where they carry gun on different sides. So those things and what we talk about now, because of say we for down here, we know how the painful each family get those stories. Each family get the stories, and yes, we don't come back and we not be for praise anybody. Even the diaspora will be the fear say usually we'll come back to go make out videos, maybe the Kiwi. We see some communication, say some fake meeting, they try to accusing a government, but nobody came to attack us. And we don't hold like 2, 3 online meetings for review, will return. And would they happy say this? So this opportunity they open, say people they willing for listen to a possibility of leadership. And Professor Gabila will remember say at my opening statement for South Africa, we still talk that thing. See, now the word leadership we in mind, because when you are leading, you are serving a people. You don't work for yourself. A leader, you are work now for make sure say your people they fine.
Thank you very much. Word from the man of God is always to bring peace, and that we look towards a permanent, peaceful solution. Professor Gabila, me and you, we dey out of Cameroon, and I think one thing where we all be agree and we deplore not the reckless violence, and we be agree say we be shidon the war it come meet up we. And we be start this war now with income. We did demonstrate for road. Thing happen like say you there for your house. Chief man come bash in, you supposed for defend you. But it then happened, say, in that spirit, they continue. We turn them again onto our brothers and sisters as Reverend don't talk. Reverend don't talk the angle from the ground. And you and I, we did out of Cameroon. And I really see and say some of the problems and where did it happen within on the ground. Now we would set that fire. And for these 7 years, a God-ordained struggle, it don't take a different turn because we there for outside. Are they here now? Are they me well? Have he chopped me fine? I will go on this TV for make certain things, talk for person where they on the ground for do certain things. But anything will come that person for ground is suffer. So you feel talk to that angle as to which kind lesson we in the diaspora say now we mount if the push we brother there when they for ground inside fire and how we feel change, which kind lesson we don't learn.
But thank you plenty for that talk where you talk. And I want just take this time for salute wa mommy and papa the way that they follow we and they want to hear more about this wa meeting where happen for South Africa. I feel that will become South Africa, that way we receive the rest of the world where they come from all over for coming to this meeting. If you come out of a acknowledgement, realization, say we don't make plenty mistake there. And it come out of realization like Pat talk, like you talk about, say we were there for diaspora when we start and when we start for try for find solution then for this situation we dey inside. Our intention then may be good. The palava we come to be our intention will be now for go tell the rest of the world wait you will go through for invite them make they can help we for see how we fix palava with our brother them for inside Cameroon from the other side of the Mongo. We want just go tell them our history, tell them our story, tell them Musa will come out, remind them, say some small segment they inside some majority francophone nation for inside West Central Africa, we get a different colonial past, a different colonial history, and we make a certain arrangement in good faith with the brother them, with the brother from African brother them for promote African unity. And say since that time they don't suffer. So our intention they be genuine, they be noble. We want actually sincerely find ways and way we fit fix our relationship with our brother them for inside Cameroon. So that all we live fine with each other. Unfortunately for we, when that thing start as you talk, we come on the cry for peace because we be generally a peace-loving people. The response will be brutal, and one thing led to the other, and we felt we need to make our point clear. We need to make the rest of the world know and make our brother know. Say this time around we'll be serious about which we'll ask them. A lot of things they don't go past over the last 9 years, and the fight way and the struggle and the desire and the change we will be start off with once year. We realize say our brother themselves for diaspora, they don't start do a few things and we it is a hurt costing now our own people then they suffer. And a number of we from the very realization of how much our people then they suffer, don't they try for tell our brother and say no, we'll start this thing now to make the life of our people them better. Never make them suffer double on top which they already first suffer inside the Republic of Cameroon as citizens inside that country. So we come for South Africa and for reflect, for look back, for ask ourselves the question, say, which will fit talk about the last 9 years and how this thing don't happen. And how if he change strategy, how if he change the way we go about this thing for make sure say we put our people and their welfare and their well-being and their security and their health and their safety back at the center. This fight now about the people. Anything we want to do from diaspora now because we be get concerned and we be concerned about the welfare of our people. Our papa or mommy they there for back home, our brother or sister they were there for back home. They don't always look up to we. Some of we to come out here can work Bambi. Some of we to come out here can do all kinds of odd jobs. Only say we fit gather small money, send and make them buy salt, buy Maggie for back home, send picking for school. We will there for outside here. What papa and mommy then they suffer, they send jama sell land for sending me who come there outside here. So we'll never forget the sacrifice that they be making for sending me who come out outside here. We'll never get involved in this thing because we'll get political ambition. Most people then they're outside here, they relatively happy with their lives. They don't settle into their new communities, them, they raise their families, them. They for the most people they only plan now only for go retire, go back to village because after everything home now home. So it never been out of a personal selfish ambition or out of a desire to spoil the lives of the people. Now the same care will be taken for send money, make them buy oil and Maggie, send picking go school where we'll say make we get involved, we'll create a governance, government management mechanism where if it improve the life of the people, then because we live inside the society that overseas, we see the way that they handle their people then. And we tell ourselves, say, what people then too, they get to be able to benefit from that kind of good life, good roads, decent hospitals, decent schools, the same interest we don't always show because we recognize the sacrifice the way mommy and papa then put them for sending we outside here. Now, why that will be get involved for saying make we get a better life for them. And when we get to see the response where the government began, where it start affect our brother or sister and catch some of them, go lock them, some of our people then take vex, go pass, and then decide for go the direction where they go. Now, whether or not they begin for go that direction, maybe the most important thing. The most important thing I say, would they hear now with this situation, which we could do? And so when we come to South Africa, we will be very lucky to say some of our brothers and sisters and be come out from home. We can be able to tell we say, okay, make we put our head together. First things first, we need to conscientize all our people them home and abroad. Say this fight, now fight of the people, for the people, by the people, because of the people. If we don't put the people them at the center of what we do, so any strategy we put them in place moving forward, we need to make sure say we get access to all the stakeholders and all the people that be involved in different capacities and for this struggle, for make them understand say if there's one lesson that we don't learn moving forward, now say whatever strategy you want to put forward, let the interests of the people be primordial. Let their safety be number one. Let their well-being be number one. You know, if you kill all the people and then liberate empty land, if you want to liberate the land, and then at the end of the day, you need to transfer refugees and make them occupy the land because you don't kill all man. The joy and the life for the fight what people then make them enjoy the good hospitals, the good roads, the decent, scientifically advanced agriculture, good governance, and whatever other dreams and aspirations we get them for our people then for ground. What people then for stay alive, for enjoy those things they will fight for. Otherwise, the fight be pointless. Now, it will be an extremely difficult change of strategy. Now, why that the aspect of leadership be very important, like Reverend Evi put them. Leadership na ability for being able to acknowledge when you don't make mistake. Said no, I don't make mistake.
Yes.
You know, my intentions then be good, but my intentions don't matter when you compare them with ways it don't happen for the people on the ground. And the first one be able to tell them and say we don't acknowledge what mistake and say we'll be sorry. We need be set out for make their lives more difficult. Our intention be being for make their life better. As we don't only do since the very first time we they send the first of week outside, as we don't do all these years. And that intention never change. Now where we don't find ourselves in a space where there's different solutions and we will be trying to propose and the different strategies and approach that make their life difficult, we try to retrace our steps to be able to say how we fit then resume this struggle for improve the life of our people, emphasizing on aspects of good governance, emphasizing on the aspect of diplomacy and getting the right people, them the right friends them from around the world, where they go see past the mistake them, understand say the problem still there. The fact say we don't make mistake them, or we try to find solution, no mean say the problem not disappear. And now one thing that we papa and the program get for understand, because some of our brother and our sister, the way they part of the system or part of the regime, or they just get bad faith, they go use the argument, say we don't make plenty mistake them for talk, so we maybe need to try to find solution in the first place. When are two negatives, it doesn't make it positive, even though scientifically it would. But in this case, The fact that we don't make mistake because we find solution, not mean the problem don't disappear. In fact, the problem don't instead grow worse. So we need for instead find way for take a few steps back, solve the already within our power for survival. And I think like a by talk, a lot of reason don't start infused within the system. You see, even if people go attend the other meeting for Ghana, consensus don't be built home and abroad. When they say they want to do lockdown, people then say Monday and general country Sunday because our brother they see they for prison, so it shows a problem still day. Make we maintain that Monday country Sunday, and then of course, when if you begin is so close, come on, go celebrate on Tuesday, top fowl, drink champagne, cut whiskey, when a significant number of our brother them they still there for inside prison. If not for only that reason, na reason enough for you for talk say, make we make a day of prayer. You want call them lockdown, you want call them whatever you want call them, but na a day of reflection, a day we want say no, our brother then still be locked up because of this problem. We need to try to make the life of the government or for disagree with their idea of unity and whatever it is that they feel very strongly be the symbolism of 20th May, but we still get people the inside Douala prison, Yaoundé prison, Bamenda prison, Kodengi and Central, where they be locked up because of this crisis. If not only for that reason, we want to stay for her. But the positive thing about that one, na say consensus, increasing number of people they talk say no, maybe we find the one way it be the least hurtful for our people. So when some people can talk say lockdown for 5 days, majority talk say no, we don't go past that level. The idea of any strategy to put them in place, maybe for lose focus on which the fight be about, but now for make sure say we no punish what people there. And with baby step, we come small for get newer strategies them where they make the people the center of our engagement.
Yeah, I want Reverend Ebai, may you come in for address we in the diaspora, because as pastor, you don't see all. You don't bury them, you don't go hospital, you don't pray, you don't cry. And for you, for Komot Kumba, go Manfe, go Bamenda, go Boya, go Douala, go Yaoundé, your life, it ain't inside God's hand. But for we, where we there out here, some of the statements them, where would make them, it put you where to do God for help with people at risk. Wait, you fit talk for we where we there for diaspora. So now opportunity is this for we for listen to you, because some of we action. It don't kill your colleagues that were not pastors. It don't kill teachers. It don't kill with mommy. It don't kill with brothers, with sisters. That one, we know if you go change them. And as Professor Gabila talk, we sorry. One for say that mistake they would make, so will happen. So one for look forward. 1 year from the man of God with all this pain, and then may you open a future for us.
Yes, Bavu. The truth is, I stand with Gabila on the fact we talk say will not keep going back to the negatives. Because I remember when they say me they kill me because I work at the talk for television, say will leave me begin to go school. I say it begin to not read and write. How can they even know the history that they are living in? You stop the children from even reading their own history. So at that time, somebody make a big audio, say me they kill me. Lucky I'm there out of the country. When I come back, they say, why you come back for stay out of country? I said, no. We all, now we country, now we land, now we home. And today we cry because of say we don't lost most of it. This thing where me and Professor Gabila they talk here about all the political challenges, we don't even touch the economic impact of the struggle. We don't even know how much of we land be sold to different people, and where our parents and other brothers they relocate for East Mongo, go buy different land settle. If you look at the English Buddha investment, more than 65%. If you look at even the best schools the way they did now for Presbyterian Baptist, Catholic school, you want to look at the best schools the way they did now, we will get out like modern schools that they didn't have for East Mongo, they didn't have on the other side. Because while GC bought the open new offices for GC every day, the truth is the impact the socioeconomic impact, it be so high where it go be many years. Some families they wait their ancestral land, place where their papa they be the forced for sell. Those things happen. What would Dr. say? I just one for first, third, any man for diaspora. Say the fact say, like for this 20 May, will not take 3 weeks lockdown. No man no yet 3 weeks lockdown, 2 weeks lockdown. Now a baby step. Now a baby step. The fact say would it already recognize everything where it go for do with the people, their well-being, their safety, their protection, go for be in the center. Now a baby step. And whether now group A or now group B or now coalition A, coalition B, consortium A, consortium B, if all people for diaspora they choose to welcome these conversations between the diaspora and so like I was saying, like I will talk, we get for now just this thing would the reduce ghost town. This thing will already recognize it will put the people at the center. Those are the victories I want to capitalize on. I want whether not group A, consortium B, coalition A, coalition B, make everybody take these facts, say this, we fit talk together. Diaspora and people at home, different stands will talk together, come up with strategies, then negotiate and use diplomacy. If the future going be any future, we're going to build and gradually from ground up. We'll not just believe so we'll get everything at the best at the first start. So if we get these conversations and we reflect together, I think say the things that for back, if we keep on accusing each other backward, it will fail. So we'll get for be able to build up a diplomatic link, a way for get a link of conversation with the government. There's no way we can pretend the economy of the world and the things that happen around the world now, we not fit claims that we'll just overnight get everything, but we can make new friends or bring back old friends that have forgotten our problem. Because one thing, even me will be pastor, one thing we are not refute, I go talk and say, there is the Anglophone problem. Nobody in the world can refute that. We are a minority in a country and we have problems. That one is there. But the way we go about the problem, it don't make we don't lose a lot of support. Me and Professor Gabila talk, now say, there is a new opportunity for conversation opening. Let us talk together, home and abroad, and see how we go forward.
Again, thank you very much. I think we all don't agree say the conversation is supposed for the go well with people where they're on the ground. Because even as we say we want a final peaceful solution, that peaceful solution, it will come in many ways. Another option will be that say if it be a referendum. You know, if you make a referendum when we were there abroad, if a referendum, it will be based on the walkway the clergy, the civil society, and people on the ground, they don't do it. So in which case, we really need for open those communication bridges, maybe they go on. And Professor Gabila, I want to prick you on this idea since that discussion, and we are looking for a peaceful way where they will bring this problem to a permanent solution. May you give some of the scenarios then where it be involved, and after that we talk about our prisoners the way they jail.
All right, Papa, thank you again for this opportunity. Like you just talk. If I say this one an opportunity for conversation for happen. No person no get for feel intimidated about conversation. Not even the government of Cameroon. You know, like he talked earlier on when the meeting we start and our mission for here be fully aware of the fact that the meeting they go on, and in so many different ways, then we try to make them understand say as a people who need for meet up talk and government not go for feel say necessarily every time we would meet up for talk would it plot against them. No, the true conception of government now a people's representative. And if the people then decide for she don't talk about their life and about their future, it not necessarily mean that they talk against the government or they try to subvert the government. Now, because we recognize it as a people, Governments come and governments go. Individuals participate in government in seasons. You know, Enone Bibi Prime Minister, Mafani Musonge Bibi Prime Minister, Pa Achidia should be Prime Minister at some stage. So, what brothers them, what papa then they come and they go. When if they make long-term plans and long-term solutions restricted by fear of who they in power at the moment. We don't know how long they could do it. But we get a responsibility because this problem we try to solve and so now a 60 odd years old problem. In the last 60 years, there have been so many principals, occupants and occupied different positions in government. Some of the people, the way they can get the possibility for find solution for the problem today, they don't be tasked by previous governments, President Aijo, for example. We don't task our current president as part of a commission of people they seek for find solution. So the point where they try to make come and they make the point both for the attention for government and what papa the way they inside this government system and structure, made they realize say all we the past, but that country remain. Today the day inside power, they're not going to there forever. Both them and we get a responsibility for plan a country where picking the way they never yet born them. Go occupy it. And when we get into that kind of perspective of planning from a leadership responsibility, we need to limit ourselves to the concerns of the political cycle of our personal political careers and survival, whether we are inside or we are outside of the system. Our leadership responsibility now for stand tall, look far, try to understand where would it come from, understand place who they at the moment, and therefore try to chart a path. Her book of Habakkuk says, write the vision down so that whoever sees it would run with it. Today, inside world politics, we celebrate people that like Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, all these names that would call them. For people the way, when we go back into the years of the independence, if you been like people that get the audacity for dream up a future, where they be see say no, what people in there for a particular place, and they need to get to a particular different place. Deng Xiaoping in China after Mao Zedong. Now people in the way, the Xi Jinping of today, his strength and the ability for people to exercise influence inside global politics, they build now upon the back of Mao's work, of Deng Xiaoping work, and today China is a global power. When Deng Xiaoping and Mao Zedong, they be conceptualize that future China, they never think about them now saying that they go be the ones who can compete with America today. But they laid the foundation. Different people they don't stand on that foundation today. They make China be able to challenge America at a level that was not, we only if you think about them 40, 50 years ago. I feel saying our responsibility, our leadership responsibility that. And leadership from that perspective, not be positional. Maybe the title will for back my name or back revenue by name. Now that obligation will get them taught to our people for CC and for answer your question, for place where we did, and if you've been a part of a very strong argument and from the Federalist caucus and even from the civil society caucus, for say make what understand say change be incremental. Or people say you need for I never put up for somewhere. If some person they owe you 1 million and then he can inside can knock your door say I just chop in Jangi, I just chop 100,000. And 90 from my pocket, I do how. You know what they say, go flop the 900,000. Come back and give me the 1 million. You take that 100,000 first, keep them. Say thank you. I don't receive that 100,000. Now tell me what is going to happen with the 900,000. Reverend Champ during the meeting for the caucus, he be explain them for this way. He say make what people don't understand say, and Comrade Milan we talk the same thing. Say he did say we come out for inside Garu chair for Yaoundé. Would you drive go Boya inside one bus? Some people they want only stop for Douala. Some people they want stop for Bikoko. Some people they want stop for Mongo Bridge. Some people they want go all the way for my 70. Some people they want go for the foot of Boya Mountain. Some people they want climb. Now, when if it stand for Garu chair for Yaoundé, 6 key for moto, and then we begin the argue among ourselves. Say the motor no go shake. Because the passenger should down for the left seat, the talk say, at the chauffeur, at the jump now for Boya Mountain in foot. And then the passenger is stop for right street, the talk say, no, I just want to reach me now for Bikoko. I've already been my house for Bikoko, now for that I want stop. And then the other passenger way the station for corner, the talk say, no, I want just reach now for Mongo Bridge. So for South Africa, we will talk say, when I give that key for motor for driver, when are the people? May they start that motor, make that motor start go. As we drive, they go towards Douala, they go towards Bikoko, they go towards Mongo Bridge, they go towards my 17, they go towards Headwater. The motor don't move. The progress be incremental. By the time one pass, we go look for our back, we go realize say we not see them for ground check for Yaoundé.
We don't go far.
We don't go far. So the Renchambi say, it's a make civil society and make all people understand, say, the Federalist Caucus, for example, I just give you one argument maybe covered inside our conversation. Federal Caucus talk say, political participation be very important. We did run a campaign, this was Federalist Caucus speaking, so we run a campaign for encourage voters registration. We run a campaign for encourage political participation. Because whether independence be consummated by a war of independence that brings everybody and all the soldiers put their guns down and one flag person pulls down the other flag and pulls the flag up. The institutional process for consummate that military victory will be a true constitutional reform. So we will need for go inside, because Cameroon are a nation state recognized under international law. You know,
Yes.
For a referendum for be organized for Cameroon, the government of Cameroon get for agree. You and native come out from New York, you know, send fighter jet, they made a land for inside Yaoundé, and then send blue helmet, they made them go organize referendum. Maybe say the what? The government in Cameroon and the people, the government in Cameroon needs to say that we have had an internal, we don't get some internal fight where you don't bring for a place where we realize, say, in the waka. And what people, they don't talk, say, they want to make them be questioned about their future. So we call when I can help we organize, ask them question which they want. Would I go can organize them when they vote, and then the people then go vote. The people will say that still waiting they want them, and then you as UN, the government will tell UN say, now so they put a talk, UN will go recognize them, put them inside international law, and then validate the results. Now, that people they will participate for that referendum, or that people they will go ask for constitutional change, or that people they go be part of that process where it go engage with the international community. They're not going to fall now from sky, they're not going to come from diaspora. And they're very same people
who
will punish up for ground.
Exactly.
That's the very same people that punish up for ground. And a lot of people don't make this argument. Some people that inside what diaspora, they go shop. Say if we go run some kind of referendum now, so people that already seen that the way that we don't show them paper, they're not going to vote the way we think. Say, we want them to vote. Because when you bring back the point of importance, and I feel say the rest of our brothers they never yet understand what the independentist caucus inside these tripartite partnership they try to do. They need to understand now say we need to bring the people them back to the center of every strategy. That's point number one. Point number two, constitutional reform, participation. That means say change be progressive. You need to make use of the institutions that be available at the moment.
Absolutely.
If you want change, you must enter inside house. You must, you know, the way the people they talk, it's a very funny way. And I say, the risk of not being around the table is that you may be on the menu.
That's right.
That's
they
it.
will chop you.
That's it. Chop you. If you don't be around the table, that's when
you mean they chop now, you know. They serve now you for dessert.
Now you there for plate.
Now you there for plate. So we try to make people understand, say, your conviction be legitimate, be respected, be recognized. But you need to start think about what you do. Apply innovative approaches then for say, if I should down for here, Reverend, if I say I run as local government chairman for my council, I want to be councillor, or I want to be mayor for my municipality or for the region where I come out. This very Reverend, if I me she don't chop potatoes, chop gari, chop achu, for instance, South Africa. I said, my brother, now my 5,000 this, take a run your campaign. When you be mayor and I pick up my phone, tell you say, Reverend Ibai, I get this problem and this problem and this problem. He be most likely disposed for listening to me because I need a stranger. I need a stranger to him. And if he enter parliament, when me I don't she don't, I explain for you places it hurt me and why I want not only total independence. I explain say I understand, but me at least my own strategy. This I say okay, I hear you. I will support you for that your strategy. Now my own one create Nemo this or now my own one bottle water this. When you go for campaign, explain for your people. Say we'll get big brother problems there, but we'll approach on different strategies. So we say make we start think creatively. For say if we feel push like Reverend Chambi put them for during the meeting, if the rest of we as a collective fit push the people that they believe in political participation, go reach for herd one, na progress. They don't see
Yes.
they don't see there for food for mountain. They don't at least climb. And at that level, the airway they breathe, it be different from the airway they breathe on for ground.
Yes.
They will meet them for herd one now, say, okay, since we don't reach for head one, wait to be the top. And then all if you look head one, say, but you know what, see, I actually go for the top, but I realize, say, head one be very comfortable. Why I got to struggle with myself for the top way, head one be very comfortable. But we go down push ourselves to a point where we build head one, make every person life be better, and then we move forward. But if all we reach for head one,
people that don't know, so you don't accomplish something. So whatever you promise them, you will still accomplish. You must win for the people to trust you that you are winning. You don't ever win anything, you want people to trust you how. If you win something, then you tell people that okay, we want to go to the next level, people to trust you because you have a track record of compromising. And just like you talk about Dr. Kingdom, we remember that because even when they get the sit down strike, he tell people they say, una carry each other, go for walk. You know, Dr. Una no go walk. He talk about say, one black man use your motor, help your brothers, me they go work. We will use the same system. We will listen to everybody. We be able to talk with the police, talk with the president, talk with everybody, because that is what made them special. Mandela, Dr. King, people who were willing for say if you talk with anybody. I mean, just like you talk, we need for get some victories where show our people some change. You know, we'll not be just lead the elections and me other people the way they not get our people, because people the way they did for side now. If all of us decide say we are for our people, then we still we put some people them into elections because we know say they are there for our people, and their actions, their councils, their parliamentary judgments will be for the people. So they're very right. If you don't reach head one, the man will trust you. Say the man be if we tell we say we go head one, we don't go head one. We trust you say if we go head two. Yes.
You see, and then the other thing that to back because we feel reach for head one, and then we reach for head one, condition for head one, no day the two will be king. And then I go come back and tell everybody, so you see to everybody already head one. Now why that one will go for the top? But with me, I if you get that conversation, if you try to go for head one, I the only drag it down, say no, you need to go head one because I want to make you go for top. At the end of the day, wait to be governance. Governance now the use of resources for better the life of the people. Now, whether that resources that come now from central government, from taxes, from the exploitation of natural resources, it not belong now to the government. It belongs to the people. The resources is ultimately for the people. It's the people's resources. That's the essence of citizenship. People that need to understand say, if we fit identify community leaders then, support them, make them start occupy those community positions. Because maybe all person where they inside that system are a bad person.